very good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. I am your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from Scotland to Edinburgh Airport to London Luton Airport in the United Kingdom. We'll be using real world time and real world weather. We're using the PMDG Boeing 737-700 with the EasyJet livery, and we're also using the Aerosoft simple traffic tool. And you can see that there is some sort of like a relevant livery standing there rather than the generic ones by Sobo. So it's going to be like a total flight time about 1 hour and 25 minutes. I think the actual flight time itself is a little bit shorter, but this should be like the total block time. So let's just get this thing started. Not sure if we have, there's no ground power yet, so let's request that. And let's also download the flight plan from the sim brief here. And then we start up this sucker. Batteries on, and we align the IRX. And we have ground power available, so we can turn on ground power as well. Right, so while the aircraft is powering up, let's set up the FMC here. Position initializations, so we are at Echo Golf, the Papa Hotel. Yep. Papa Hotel. I'm not really quite sure of the gate if we are parked. Might have been 12 or something. Let's just have a look here on the Navigraph. This is actually a really nice feature that I like. When you zoom all the way in, you can actually get the taxi, the routes and everything, and the parking positions. It's 16 Alpha, alright. 16 Alpha. And that works out for us. There you go. So route, we're just going to request it. Just set the payload and the fuel, and we select the route. It is of kilograms, that's good. So we have 5,000 kilograms of fuel. And on the passenger seat belts, fine. Let's not forget the anti-collision lights, logo lights. So the route is ready, activate and execute. Now the route is in, let's go to the departure and arrival and put those in as well. Check the OFT here. Let me zoom in with the last little step. So yes, we can. Cost index 42, cruising 370, wind 295 at 46. Alright, so we have 5,000 block fuel, and 1.9 on the final reserve. We're departing from runway 24 and we will be arriving runway 25. We'll be flying the GOSAM 1 Charlie out of runway 24. First you select the runway, and then we have the GOSAM 1 Charlie, and we execute. And then on the arriving side we'll be landing ILS 25, and I believe it was the LISTO 1 November for runway 25. So that's confirmed, and I execute. Now we should have the entire route sitting here. There might be some flight plan discontinuity. Route discontinuity, we'll have a look at that after the axle. Fit me. That's a funny name. So back to the Itinerary page. So zero fuel weight 50.9er. The reserves was 1.9er. And the block fuel was 5. Cost index was 42. And then we'll be cruising at 370. 370, right? Go ahead and enter for now. And the cruising wind was 246. It was 276 at 46, I believe. Let's have a look. Cruising 370 with 295 at 46. 295 at 46. Cruising wind, there you go, and execute, and that is all sitting there looking happy. Right, let's get a little bit more lights here on the center pedestal as well, and we set up the squawk. And I guess we're almost good to go, so let's just start up the APU. Cruising 370. APU's starting up. Let's put in 370 here in the altitude window. And let's check out the weather. Well, we have 250, 13 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers, clouds at 1600, 9 degrees, UNH 1003. at about 100 feet above sea level. We can enter it here now for the landing altitude. Turn on the APU bleed. We have APU and we switch over to APU generator. Can get rid of the ground power. So the door is closing. An aircraft landing there. We can see it. Alright, so there's a Ryanair. Runway 24, I believe we are around here more or less. We'll be pushing back, I think, with the nose to the north. So that means tail to the left and nose to the right. So we have the GOSAM on Charlie. So out of runway 24, GOSAM on Charlie. Takes you to the Edinburgh, excuse me, DOR. I think it's the DOR, right? Let's see, this just looks like it's an RNAV departure, I guess. That should be fine. We should be at 6,000, holding at 6,000 at GOSAM. Not climb above 6,000 until instructed late to see. Okay. Got it. Don't get your girls in an uproar. Alright, so there's another EasyJet there. Right, what else can we do before we start going? Let's go to the Itinerary page. So we have our fuel information in there. So we go to the N1 limit. So let's have a look at the calculator. See what the performance tool will give us. Leaving runway 24, runway conditions should be dry, import from aircraft, import weather, and calculate. Gives us takeoff 2 rating with a 43 degrees selected temperature, which should give us an N1 percentage of 84.7. So takeoff 2 43. And this gives us like a 5.3. Still don't know what's going on there. And then we go to the takeoff. It is 1 center of gravity and trim 5.5, and gives us E1 speed of 129, rotate 129, and V2 133. Those speeds do actually match up. Runway 83. And that should be it. only flight directives first. I don't have arena. Water thrust. And well, let's wait a little bit with those. So I guess we can push back and start the engines. So let's have another look outside. So basically push back via nose to the right. I think we can do that. So push back. Nose to the right, select tug, and start.
Cockpit to ground. Go ahead. We've been cleared for pushback and start. They want the tail to our left. Roger that. Ready for pushback. Tail to the left. Release brake, please. Brakes released. Brakes released. Here we go.
Alright, so we're pushing back. Let's start up engine number 2. So the pushback, the PMDG has been a little bit wonky lately. I don't know why that is. As you can see, it's like stuttery for some reason. Now let's start up engine number 1 as well.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please.
Let's set parking brake.
Brake set.
And let's trim 5.5-ish.
Steering pin is pulled. Watch for the salute and release from guidance on your right. Have a good flight.
So we have 2 running engines. Let's extend the flaps, the first position there. The engine starter switches in continuous mode. Taxi lights can go on. We can switch over to the main generators and turn off the APU. Can also turn off the APU bleed. Next we're going to go to auto. If I'm not forgetting anything, then I guess we're good to go. Probably going to ask us to double check the V-speeds. I keep feeling like I'm forgetting something, but I really have no clue. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. So release the parking brake. Quite busy actually with the Aerosoft Visible Traffic tool, which is pretty cool. Something here with the landing gear. For some reason the landing gear was in the up position. There's some more traffic on final. Let's just drive over that car. What are they doing here? Go around. Why is there still traffic on the runway? And then there's another aircraft on final as well. They're going to set her down. Looks like it. Pretty strong winds here. You can see windsock. So we got some more traffic on final. I think they're going around as well. Before we line up, let's just short here, that's runway 24. Parking brake is set. Landing lights. And let's have a look because there is no air traffic control. We do have an aircraft there on final. Alright, let's get into position. Parking brake released. Get ourselves onto the runway. let them settle and take off thrust, and let's get out of here.
Airspeed's alive. 80 knots.
Rotate. Rotating. Was it a rate?
Positive rate of climb.
Going to autopilot. Turn off the runway lights. Taxi lights can go off as well. And turn on the exit again. Let's put that one down too. And we lock the gear. I'm really quite fond of the Boeing 737-700 here by PMDG. Nice little chubby girl. That's totally cute. So that's Scotland from the air. Let's check now, I think. Yeah, we can retract the flaps. Let's check the weather at our destination airport, London Luton. At 15 knots, that's about the same wind. 10 kilometers, scattered at 1700, scattered at 4000. And then we got 7 degrees, QNH 1016. We'll be having a look at the chart a little bit later in preparation for the descent and the final approach. So I think this is the bit where we will stay at around 6,000 feet. It's also reflected here in the legs page. Maybe better we turn on anti-ice for a moment. Going to be a very long flight, really. We should be able to see on the progress page. Zulu. Basically, in about 1 hour, we should touch down. It's plenty of time, though. It's not a lot, but it's plenty of time for checking and making sure we have everything set up correctly. And this time on the final approach, I'm going to try to trim the aircraft. See how that goes for the stability on the final approach part. Let's keep the passenger sign on for a little bit because we're not really clear to climb yet. And we can start orienting. Let's have a look at the arrival charts. We got the LISTO 1 November, so we've seen it. Final approach runway 25 will be category 1, 2, 3, and via LISTO runway 25 final approach. And there's conventional initial approach via Abbott. Are we going via Abbott? Doesn't look like it yet. Let's have a look at that. I'm just going to pin that as well. And then the airport itself, it's a fairly small airport. That should be it. Let's also pin that then. Well, what can we see here? Let's go full screen on this. Runway 25, so we'll exit to the right, probably here at the hotel or Bravo 12, I think this is, yeah. And then, well, this is basically the main apron, so like the entire apron area is like a U-shaped or C-shaped or whatever you want to call it. Turn-offs, runway 7 and 25 onto taxiway Charlie, prohibited except when authorized by ATC. Okay, so you're not allowed to turn off onto Charlie. So let's not do that. Stop bars at runway 7 and 25 holding points, taxiway intersections and intermediate holding points. Let's see, we got airport elevation 508 feet. And the runway sitting at 508. The course is 254. Anything else we are too interested in? Interesting. Arriving traffic, the appropriate runway exit will be illuminated. Pilot should report runway vacated when the aircraft has passed the last alternate yellow and green centerline lines. Well, let's see what's going on. Looks like we're getting ready to climb. There we go. We're passing transition altitude, so we can go to standard barometric pressure. And immediately I will set 1016, or rather pre-dial it for the Luton London airport. Now to look at the other charts. Let's check the conventional initial approach for ILS runway 25 via Abbott. We do not have Abbott in our flight plan, but perhaps we will have to add something, and if that's going to be Abbott, then this will definitely apply. Parkway VOR. We have Abbott, the initial approach fix. I'm guessing we might actually be able to insert that into our flight plan. Let's check the final approach chart. Why is that an asterisk right there? Not sure if I've noticed that before. The little asterisk. Well, I would assume there's some special reason, but anyway. So 109.15, so let's flip it into the nav box 109. 109, please, thank you. What was it, 15? So swap it, 09.15. Got that in, and then the final approach course is 254. Let's also do it on the first officer side. 254, there you go. Alright, the passengers can be free now, actually the cabin crew as well. And we can turn off the landing lights. Alright, so what else do we have on this chart for our final approach? Glide slope will start at 3,000 feet. And that would be 7.7 nautical miles from the ILS. And we could maybe set 200 feet on the radio altitude for the minimums. Just make it radio. Come on, where's the click spot, man? Thank you. So we set that to 200. There you go. All those things are set up now. Let's also put a little range ring of 7.7 nautical miles around the runway. So let's go. 1.25. Next page. Put that in. So 074, and it was .7. Let's also have a look here. So at 7.7 nautical miles from the ILS, well, it's the beginning of the glide slope. 7.7, and we have a heading of 074. That's the reciprocal of our side runway. So radial 074, and the distance will be 7.7 nautical miles. Okay, so we have a little link going on there. It was nice. And let's also have a look at on the flight plan page. And then we can start seeing if probably we'll need to insert an air a waypoint there upon our arrival. So there's the end up. Go one step back, please. Those take us to Zaxo. And then from Zaxo there's nothing. And then it goes to FITME. So let's see if we can zoom out, because I think we should probably enter the Abbott waypoint there. So usually here you should probably get vectors. So Zaxo, we can go south. So if we now go back to the initial approach chart that we saw via Abbott, and then the maps go crashing on us again. So this is the initial approach chart, and we did have earthquake. Yeah, so we're just going to enter Abbott there as well. So let's see what that's going to look like. Abbott. Let me put that in. You can see it's drawing a little line there. Let's zoom out a little bit more. That seems to work out, taking us to Abbott. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Are there maybe some other waypoints maybe nearby that we can also enter? Doesn't really look like it, does it? Alright, so we'll just go ahead and insert it. So Abbott, execute. And if we line that up with FITME, you get quite a sharp turn there, but we're still quite a ways out. This is 7, this is like almost 8 nautical miles, so that's like 20-25 nautical miles out, I would guess. So this is 20 ring and 40, that's quite a ways out, alright. That looks a lot better. I'm happy with that, so we can go back to the map page here. Now if we check the climb, so 47 nautical miles until we reach the top of climb, and the top of descent is in 129 nautical miles at 1434 Zulu. That's in about 20 minutes or so. That's for a little EasyJet. Like we have most of the things set up already. So we will be coming in basically from here onto Abbott, initial approach X, where we'll be taking quite a sharp turn to the right. And we'll follow basically just follow the course all the way down. We have set the runway final approach course of 254 degrees. That's what we need. We have the minimums set for 200 feet radio altitude. That means actual 200 feet above the surface below you. We dialed in 109.15 for the ILS. And here we see the approach course as well. There's no DMA yet because we're still too far out. And the runway length, where is that? Airport. This is Edinburgh, we don't need that anymore. There you go, there's London Luton. 7,000 feet. Might be, yeah, not super big. Perfectly fine for the 737-700, but we might do a break too. I'm not going to change that just yet. For now we just leave it on, but we're just considering the options. And we can keep on monitoring the weather. And up here actually we can now turn off the anti-ice. Let's go for a weather update. So this was issued 1350 Zulu. Can we refresh? That's still the same. 22015 knots. So as I mentioned, let's try to on the final approach, let's actually try to use the trim a little bit to see how that's going to work. That provides extra stability. Now, we're not done setting up quite yet. If we go to the Itinerary page on the FMC, we can choose that we would like, for instance, a 40-degree flap setting, which is full flaps. I am going to choose that. Gives us a final approach speed for full configuration, flaps down, gear down of 126 knots. And then there's wind correction 5, so 131 knots on the final approach. And we should also be able to see that on the legs page. When you get to the runway, it says 131. So that's good. The glide slope starts at 3,000 feet. Basically what we'll do the moment we reach our cruising altitude, we're going to switch this one to 3,000 feet just in preparation for the descent, which will be in about 12 minutes from now. So we have a ref speed there as well. But basically most of it's been set up there. We'll have some traffic there. It's not going to be a problem. And then yeah, we'll see if we can trim it upon we're flying the final approach manually. So flight time now 22 minutes. And we're at 2,000 feet from our cruising altitude. We're still carrying 3.4 tons of fuel. Predicted that we will land with 2.3 tons of fuel at the current rate that we're burning. And let's see if we can get a forecast on the winds. So we're requesting the descent winds now. That means that sound means we are 1,000 feet from the top of climb. Load them up. Just execute. And then see if anything changes. 14, 34, still. So the top of descent time has not been impacted by the descent wind forecast. So as I said, quite a short flight, this one, just to keep it nice and fresh. Now, does the 73, this one should also have the, there you go, yeah, the sunshades on a little monorail. If you will, please, thank you. And there she goes. Look at it. A little bit of green never hurt nobody. Alright, so we're at cruising altitude now. It means we can now set the altitude target to 3,000 feet, which will be the start of the glide slope. There you go. We got that, and we will use speed brake, auto brake 2 for that runway at Luton, because it's a fairly short runway. So that's all been set up. Basically what we do now, we keep monitoring the weather for changes, maybe the Q&A changes a little bit. 1420 Zulu, so I think it's been updated, 22011 knots, so slightly less wind than before. Still 10 kilometers visibility, broken clouds is 1700 and then 2100. And at 7 degrees, QNH now 1015. We had 1016, so let's change that by one nudge, take, nope. And there it is, 1015. So I'm curious to see how it's going to work out when we disengage the autopilot for the final approach, and just see if we can stabilize the aircraft by using the trim settings, something I've really never done in airliners. But yeah, so I'm curious to see how, if that's even noticeable, you know, going to make any kind of difference, yes or no. For the sent checklist, like the really short reminder checklist, if you will, pressurization for the airfield that we're landing on. I think we put that, it was 509 elevation or 508 at the runway. Elevation 508. This only works by 50 feet increments, so we just put that on 500. That's our landing altitude. And what else? Pressurization, and then the landing altimeter, I guess. We're already monitoring that. It's now at 1015. Then we check the recall, auto brake, we put that on 2. This is the auto brake on 2. Landing data, VRF minimum. So the minimums are in there, 200 feet. VRF is also in there, 126, 131. And the landing data, we have the ILS sitting here at the final approach heading. So that should all work out fine for us. And finally on approach you check the altimeters and the landing, the engine start switches should be in continuous mode, speed brake should then be armed, gear down, check flaps down and green lights. So we'll do a full flap landing. That's a 40 degree setting on the flaps. Get the yoke out of the way here. Yeah, so in about 3 to 4 minutes we shall already start descending. But from looking outside, there's actually a lot of clouds where we are at. So I'm curious to see how this is going to change, because it did not say anything about overcast or anything. It was like, I believe it said scattered clouds. broken? Okay. Yeah, so maybe this is. Let's also have a look at the actual initial approach. Or the arrival then, if you want. We will be coming from LISTO. FENIK to Rugby, where we should be at 2,000 feet. And then basically it's just taking us around the airport. Not sure if we can, you can see the airport right there. So basically taking us a little bit ways like this around the airport, then we'll go onto Abbott, we saw on the other chart. Okay, very sharp turn to the right, but then we have some time to line up. Final approach chart here again, and let's also have a look at what the procedure is for the go around. In case we're so stupid to actually try that on the stream. Missed approach, you climb to 3,000 feet, then climb straight ahead to 2.3 DME from ILJ, outbound, or 1,500 feet, whichever is later, then turn left onto track 88, continue climb to 3,000, then is directed, she will be directed basically. You can see, there's a holding, looks like there's a holding pattern here. Minimum holding altitude 1,800, that doesn't seem to make sense. Aircraft will normally be required to hold not lower than 3,000 feet. Off the airport, oh no, never mind, yeah, it makes sense. Okay, no worries. I'm still not sure why there is a little asterisk there. I'm not sure if it's supposed to refer to something I've looked before, but not like I studied it, but I couldn't find it either. Right, so let's see what's going on. One second. Let me do this, yeah. There's our top of descent coming up. Rapidly. So then the aircraft will go to the to 3,000 feet, although it will keep on respecting all the constraints that it encounters during its descent path. But it should not go below 3,000 feet, which is basically the lowest level that we want to go, because that's where the glide slope starts. So the time is 14:34. So we are expected to land in about 30 minutes. Or maybe 40 minutes. There goes the nose dropping. The aircraft's gonna cause a retard. Always very charming. And the engines go to some kind of idle setting. Well, still on the profile, so that's so far so good. It appears to be changing a little bit rapidly there, but it's for stabilizing. I guess we're fine. Zoom out a little bit, and we can actually already see what to expect. see when you land at Luton, there is a lot of EasyJets parked there. Alright, we're still on the profile. It's always good. Just keep on monitoring that. It does say drag required. So let's listen and extend the speed brakes a little bit. So next stop is Rugby, 25 nautical miles, then FENIK, there's our decel point, then we go around the airport up onto Abbott, and then we take the right turn. And this is the line that we drew earlier, the 7.7 range ring around, so basically we can see where the glide slope starts. And we are getting a little low on the profile. Let's retract the speed brakes. Let's see if there's another weather update. So 1420 Zulu. No, nothing yet. 26,000 feet. So we'll definitely have to pierce through some clouds there. So we do need to remember to turn on the anti-ice before we do that. Let's have a little look outside while I quickly run to the galley and get another fruit drink. Clouds are getting closer. I am going to turn on the anti-ice. I like the little blue lights here, they're very clear. Definitely getting a lot closer. So you can see it's quite an interesting route. You know, they're not taking us straight this way. Apparently we have to go like this. Obviously we need some, we need to lead off some altitude there as well. Descent is still looking good. Here comes Rugby, 1 nautical mile. Can we zoom in maybe one step? Would that be, let's do it for now, it's okay. Such a cute plane, man. when reaching FENIK. Let's strap in the passengers. And here are the clouds. Let's get rid of the sun shade there. And that's the cool thing, you know, I think with real world weather. You know, it's wherever you're going, just take the weather that you have. Alright, so the passengers are strapped in. Not complaining that we need to add drag or anything. 16,000. I don't know why, but whenever you're flying through clouds, the primary flight display and also the backup there, they, well, for some reason they turn like really bright. Well, I tend to turn them down so they're a bit more readable. So there's our airport. 16,000 feet. Let's get the weather update. No update. Okay. Alright, so FENIK 1.5, and it's already turning, I guess, to the next one then. Open. This one. So the airport's now actually dead ahead, but nothing to see. Still got 2.9 tons of fuel on the board, and I believe we're expected to land with 2.1, 2.4. Touchdown expected at 3:12. That's in 28 minutes. So we're actually so close. You can see that the DME for the ILS is already picking up because we're in the vicinity, but we still have to fly a little bit around it. Probably some noise abatement procedure. But yeah, everything looking good so far. 13,000 feet. Start up the APU. Check the recall. So now on our way to add cogs. Well, Mr. Ed. So add cogs, speed 220 or below. So I'm curious to see if that's going to happen. 12,000 feet. The flight time is now 46 minutes. Looking good so far. In about 3 to 4 minutes we can check and see if there is a new weather update, because I believe the updates went from 20 past the hour and 50 past the hour. Going down now. Let's go to R mode. It should decelerate to a speed of 220 knots or lower. We're passing 10,000 feet. What we'll do, turn on the landing lights. Check the transition altitude, 6,000 feet. There. We're holding at 220 knots. It's looking good as well. So here got the interesting turn from Yumzi to Zaxo. And then after Zaxo we'll go straight to Abbott, and then we'll take that relatively sharp turn to the right. We can see that we're on the descent profile, following perfectly. Well, let's consider the descent checklist. Pressurization has been set for 500 feet. Recall we checked it, auto brake is on 2. Landing data, VRF and minimums, VRF speed 131 knots and a minimum 200 feet radio. And we got the approach briefing. So we need to worry about 6,000 feet to change the altimeters to local QNH. So now turning on to Zaxo. Aiming for 8,000 feet there. Time is 14:51, so let's see if there is a weather update. No, sorry Bob, not yet, so we're still keeping 1015. are big alley shape that they made you turn in. Definitely less clouds here than before. I think we'll keep the packs on or the anti-ice for a bit. So 8,000 feet. Now turning from Zexo to Abbott. Flight time now 52 minutes. So what's next? Abbott, which is right there. And we take a right turn straight onto the runway center line, basically. So we can then turn on the localizer. I guess we can. Let's wait a little bit. Maybe turn on the localizer, then we still like 20 nautical miles out or something, or 30. So that's fine. Speed 215. Let's see if the weather from 1450 has now updated. No, sorry, Bob. 22011 knots. At least that's what we'll go by. $7,300, so we're almost at 6,000 feet. When the moment we should turn on to standard barometric pressure. We have the auto brake arms for 2. Let's have a look at the speed, 173 up to 50, and then we have 3 and 7. It should let's go to work out. So 7,000 feet, have a little look outside. Alright, London Luton, here we come. London Luton is like the ugliest airport ever, and I guess that's why I like it so much. I don't know, something about it seems so weird. It's like the way the aircraft are parked there, they might as well just be cars at some workshop or something. I don't know, it's like small, busy, just C-shaped, and aircraft to the left and to the right of you. Sort of a little claustrophobic almost, if you will, you know. As opposed to most airports, you know, you have quite some space, but this airport is basically, it's like a street with aircraft parked to the left and to the right. It's quite funny. That's why I really like that little airport, actually. Alright, 6,500, so we can, let's switch over to the standard barometric pressure now. 1015. Let's do a other weather check. No. Maybe if we switch to the departure back to the arrival, to the refresh then. Oh, simply not refreshed. Not refreshable. 9 nautical miles, so we're waiting for the turn to the right there. I think I'm going to arm the localizer now. Oh, I don't think we can. We're out of range. Yeah, we can arm it, but we're still out of range. But that's okay. It's just armed. We're arming, not harming. I think as soon as we take the turn, we should extend the flaps to 1 and check the speed. Let's also turn on the runway turn-off lights and the taxi lights as well. We already have the APU ready for us. Goes. So we're out of range from the localizer. It is armed, you can see it there in white letters. Let's turn is not too bad actually, is it? Right, so we're on our way to FENIK. I'm going to try flap 1. And that seems perfect. Some interesting lighting effects going on. I like it. That's definitely traffic. What the hell is that plane doing? Decided not to go left. Decided, no, let's just go back. Let's just go right. Okay. Right, what's happening here? 4,800 feet. We're still out of range. See now the range shrink, so we can see where the glide slope will start. In terms of deceleration, it should try to decelerate on its own from FENIK. Then it's only 3 nautical miles until FF25 and then another 7, so we got about 10 nautical miles then to decelerate. I guess we can do that. So there's FENIK, 3,000 feet. And we also put in the extended runway center line. There actually goes the ILS. Just came alive. At least in our system. I'm going to turn off the anti-ice now. Thank you, anti-ice. It's been wonderful. Let's do another weather check. There you go. 220, 11 knots, QNH 1015, 7 degrees. And we have varying from 180 to 240, which is all fine. 1015, that's what we'll go with. We are actually still 24 miles out. My time now 1 hour and 3 minutes. Still descending to 3,000 feet. At FENIK. That should give us plenty of time to further configure. Glide slope, the white diamond there is coming into view now. And tells us we are below the glide slope, so that's a good start. 1,000 feet, speed 180. And we have flaps 1. Our final approach speed will be 131 knots. Localizer not been captured yet. That looks like our airport. We're almost at 3,000 feet now. Let's do a speed intervent and we will try and do the speed ourselves from here. We'll go flat 2 degrees. 3,700. Accelerate a little more. We're not captured yet, we're now 15 miles out. There we are. Localizer capture. So we are 3 nautical miles from FENIK. flight nose up attitude there. Distance 12 nautical miles. Let's arm the glide slope approach. This is armed in white, as you can see there. Some clouds. Sure, if we should turn on the anti-ice for that. We won't be flying through it very long, but let's just do it. Decelerate a little bit more. Oh, let's drop the gear now. Cabin crew, take your seats for landing. Okay, so we're setting the speed for 131. We can go full flaps already then? Let's just do it. Well, we're almost there, we are, captured by the glide slope. Let's turn on the second channel as well. So here we are on the glide slope, going down. We arm the speed brakes. We have the auto brake on 2. We have full flaps. We have our gear down. We have 3 green lights. And we're flying 131, which is our final approach speed. So we're fully configured basically. I think at around 1,000 feet I'll disengage the autopilot and I'll take over and fly the final approach manually. Our flight time is now 1 hour and 11 minutes. There goes another aircraft. That's always funny. Thinking better they overtake us now than, you know, when we're on final approach, or I mean, like actual, you know, near touchdown. It's always a little bit lame. It would be nice if flight simulator logic would like detect that you're landing there and, you know, prevent a situation like this from happening. So there's our little airport. was talking about. Okay, so it's happening. 1100 feet now. So speed 131. There goes another aircraft. That's a shame, man.
1,000.
Alright, 1,000 feet. Autopilot disengage. Sure of the trimming is doing what I wanted to do.
Slow.
Oh, the lights
Light
are
slow. Light slow.
lights are floating.
Light slow.
Approaching minimums.
Alright,
Minimums.
so see if we can do this.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
That's quite a rough landing there. My apologies for that. So, reverse it out, please. Looks like the runway lines are floating. Can you see that? Some weird bug. Appears to happen sometimes in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Welcome to London Luton, everybody. Hope you survived the landing. And let's exit the runway right here. EasyJet 12, runway vacated. Turn off the landing lights. And yeah, look, that's London Luton. And we'll just go down the street, if you will, there. And you'll see how incredibly packed and busy it is, and it looks so funny. I think these green lights are also floating, or not. I don't know. Alright, the cabin crew can get out of the seats and do their things. Flight directors, we can turn those off as well. So yeah, to get in there, we'll take a left turn momentarily. So have a look outside. So basically we're turning left here and then follow the taxiway. As you can see, it's just all these aircraft are like so close together for an aircraft to drive through them. Or between them. It's funny. can see the madness starts to happen here. These green lights are definitely floating. That is not always the case. I've had this happen before on the stream as well. So yeah, that's London Luton for you people. Check all the aircraft standing so close together, and hardly space for another aircraft actually to navigate through. So let's settle down next to the other EasyJet there. Turn off the when we turn off lights and the taxi lights, so we do not blind the ground personnel that are at work there. Parking brake set, engines to idle, so look outside. Oh, parking brake was not set. There it is. And the engines did also not go to idle, don't know what happened there. So here we are. Look at the, look at the real man. And this is a real airport. I'm not sure if the layout thinking we have charts, you know. It's a funny little airport. I really like this. Alright, so thank you for checking. Welcome again to London Luton. Just turn off the engines. Do them both at once. And then switch over to APU generator. And here we are. Well, thank you very much for checking. And everybody stay funky and keep your loved ones close and loved. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko. Thank you for checking and see you next time. Bye bye.